Hello friends, how are you doing? My name is Rahul Vaswani from SuperGrads, once again with one more episode of Super Alumnus. And today we have one alumna with us. Her name is Taneesha Shekhawat, and she has right away come from IIT Madras. Yes, she is pursuing her course of 5-year program in Humanities and Social Science Department at IIT Madras. We welcome you over here, Taneesha. How are you? And today, many faculties of SuperGrads have sent notes for you and have welcomed you over here. What do you want to say?
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure being here, and I really appreciate all the love and support from the faculties at SuperGrads.
And thank you that you have come over here and given us time from your tight schedule. And before we start the interview, let me tell you all the students that she is one of the alumna from year 2016. So all the recent faculties have also taught her, and she is having very fresh memories of SuperGrads with her. Your first question, Taneesha, is how has been your till date academic experience at IIT Madras in Humanities and Social Science program over there?
All right, so I have spent 3 years at IIT Madras, and I'm currently in my 4th year, and I'm doing my integrated master's in development studies. So talking about the experience, it's been great and really enriching, I would say, because it does get tough sometimes and hectic sometimes, but then you have to push through and meet all the deadlines, and it's worth it because you learn so much. The material that you're exposed to, the discussions in class, everything around it, people that you interact with, all of it is just worth at the end. So I would say it's been great till now, and I have about a year and a half to complete the course. Let's see.
So how was the journey? I mean, I just want to ask, when you get inside HSS, was that tough? Because you know what, there are 2 or 3 things. Most of the viewers and listeners over here know that IIT Madras runs engineering program, but Humanities and Social Science Department is very old, okay, and it is conducting HSEE exam also. So people think that exam may be very tough. How is the experience like? I just want to know whether it is tough to get inside HSS program, and what all advice will you give to all the students who wish to get inside the program?
So this entrance examination of the HSEE is one of a kind in India, as in it's the only IIT that conducts this examination for an undergraduate program.
All right.
So given that we have other entrances like the JEE for admission into the IIT, this is also of that level, I would say. I would give you the numbers. So last year in 2019, I think there were around 3,500 candidates who appeared, and till last year, the number of seats for the students here in this course were 46. And I think this year it's been increased to 52. And so if you do the maths, the numbers, I mean, the selection rate is 1.3 or 1.5 around number at that 1.3, 1.5%. So if you look at the numbers, it does seem quite competitive and quite difficult to get in. But then it all comes down to your preparation and the way you approach the paper, because at the end, it's just a game of time management.
Yeah.
That goes for any examination. That's it. Just do your best and manage your time properly while you're in the exam hall, and make sure you do your best and give your 100%.
All right, it's all about the time management is the advice to all the students over here. I also want to ask you, isn't it tough? You are from North India, going to South India, then that idli, that vada pav, or no, not vada pav, that medu vada and that dosa. Don't you think the life is tough? And how has that your life changed after joining the program? And along with this question, I will be also asking you, what is that one thing which you have got from IIT Madras, which you think you were not having initially in your life?
Okay, so that's a lot of questions in just one go. So talking about shifting to Chennai, I don't really mind the food and the people around. It's just that the climate was the thing I was not used to. So Chennai is a very hot and humid city, and throughout the year it just remains like that. So that was a new experience for me, because I've always moved around in the northern parts of India, and those cities have always had dry or like extreme climate. So being in Chennai, that was the first difficulty that I faced. Otherwise, I think I was really lucky, because right in the first week I found really good people, and they have been my friends through these years, and we still are really good friends. So I guess that was very fortunate for me, and being with them, experiencing all of those things together has been really great for me. So apart from the climate, I don't really mind anything other than that.
So I think climate is a big thing, because if you are going from a place which is hot and humid, which may not be hot and humid, and to a place which is completely hot and humid, if I'm not wrong. Chennai is very humid, right?
Yeah, it is. Throughout the year, but after, I think, October, November, it gets pleasant. It's not humid or hot anymore.
So if you can share some initial memories, I mean, how did you break your ice at that point of time with the people over there? Because getting inside a college going to live an altogether new life over there, and meeting new people, it's a tough. It's very tough leaving your parents with the memories in your heads. So how did you cope up with all that at that point of time?
So, like I said, I had found friends right in the first week. So, the most striking part of entering IIT Madras and starting a life there was living with the wildlife at the campus.
What do you say? Wildlife?
Yeah, the campus is next to a national park, and the boundaries are not rigid. So, there's movement of animals from the campus.
You may be dreaming about a lion coming to your room in the night.
It's not like that.
Okay.
So the animals we interact with most are monkeys. Okay. They're even in our hostels, our department. They're everywhere. You can't escape them.
Okay.
And then there's lots of deer that just sit around like common people, and they don't care if there's anyone around them, and they're super chill. That was really, really interesting, and we were all fascinated by this in the first week, and we take pictures and like make videos and share and send them to our parents, and that was a really fun part. And now we're all used to it. It's been 3 years, but yeah, that was the first and most exciting and interesting part of life at IIT Madras. And talking about coping with difficulties, or the fact that I was moving to a new city for the first time in my life. I hadn't lived away from my parents ever in my life. I think I liked it. I mean, I liked the aspect of doing things on my own, getting to know myself better, finding a routine, and meeting people every day, sharing those experiences. If something goes wrong, you know that you have to do it on your own, and then you have to seek out to people.
That's a challenging task, because every time something bad happens, you yourself are your friend, right?
Yeah.
You can speak, yeah. You were saying.
I was just saying that this aspect of learning to be on your own and becoming self-reliant in a way was a really big contribution of college.
As you all know, that whoever is listening right now to Taneesha, she has made a very big point. Before 12th, she may not be knowing that her biggest quality is self-reliance, and that resilience, that self-reliance is truly required in one's life. And I think she has been bestowed that by her campus of IIT Madras. Okay, Taneesha, I just want to know also a bit about the curriculum. What all you are taught over there, and is it necessary for a student to be a humanities student pre-hand or not, or he can enjoy even after going over there?
So no, that's not at all compulsory. People from any stream can write the exam and can appear for the course and can show interest in the course. Because in my class, I think more than 20 people, a class of 44, more than 20 people are from the science stream. They had PCM in 12th standard.
So all the engineering students are actually who might have thought that they'll be doing engineering are in humanities and social science department. Great to know that.
Yeah.
Great to know that. Okay.
And I'm sorry, I forgot the first part of the question.
Okay. Another part is what all is being taught over there, so that students should know right now itself. It will be great help for them.
Sure. So, as you know, it's a 5-year long program, and the first 2 years are common. As in, the stream allocation happens only after your 3rd semester,
Okay.
which is into development studies and English studies. So, I am a student of development studies, and the courses that I have had until now have been related. They have been from economics, finance, development theory, whether it is gender studies or theories related to the state or political theories, all of that. And then if you talk about English studies, it's focused more on literature, linguistics, and world literature, and then there's communication and subject in the same category.
So it's a mixed blend of something like English as well as humanities, you wish to say, right? So
that's for the first 2 years. In the first 2 years, the batch is not divided. So we have courses from everywhere. It could be philosophy, psychology, sociology, Indian logic, or history, or literature, everything in those first 2 years.
Why?
But when you actually get a stream allocation done and you choose development studies or English studies, that's when it becomes more specialized.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay, that was a nice thing which we got to know from you, and I think definitely all the listeners, all the viewers will be benefited by this particular talk which was given by Taneesha. And now, Taneesha, going away from a bit from academics, how has been your experience with IIT Madras apart from academics, if you can state on that?
It's been really fun. I mean, there's so much more to do apart from academic. There's given that you're in an IIT, the sheer number of people is huge. At any given point of time, there are close to 9,000 students or people in the campus.
Oh my God.
Because it's got people in the undergraduate courses, postgraduate courses, PhDs, everything.
Oh.
So there's quite a lot of number of people. So like coming to the point that we have various clubs for your hobbies. For example, if you're really interested in investing time in hobbies and honing your skills in that aspect, then there's clubs for everything. You name it. It could be music, art, cooking. I was in the cooking club because I really enjoy cooking. Then there's dance, then there's web design, or I don't know, anything. And then there's sports as well. The sports infrastructure, I'd like to mention that it's top notch. We have an Olympic-sized pool, and then there's a running track which has 8 lanes, and that's also really, really great. So all of those events like inter-IIT for sports, culture, there's lots going on at any point of time, and you can choose to do whatever you
mind right now, that complete movie Student of the Year, where so huge things were shown to us, and what all you're speaking, I can correlate to that. Swimming pools with 8 lanes, then you have sports, then you have cultural things and everything over there. I'm feeling a bit jealous from you right now, Taneesha. And now, let me ask the next question. So you have so much over there. If you can share some of your finest moments with the college till date.
Okay, so every year we have this cultural festival which is called Sarang, and it happens in the start of January. So I'd like to mention a few things from my experience at Sarang. So we have professional shows for dance, music, and there's music concerts of all sorts during that week. So I remember 2 such concerts that I really enjoyed, and I have memories from that I would cherish for life.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a music concert by Farhan Akhtar and his team right when I was in my first year, and that was a really, really great experience. First time enjoying a concert like that. And then there was I think last year we had a concert by Shankar Mahadevan, and that was again a very, very memorable experience. And other than that, then there's the friends and college life and your experiences with your friends. You can travel to places. So Pondicherry is very close to Chennai.
Alright.
So we go, yeah,
So
we
you
had a
travel
trip
nearby
to Pondicherry.
over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
until now, yeah.
Okay. One more thing, Taneesha, you didn't answer one question which I was asking earlier. Okay, you do not have that food cravings which other people have, like me. They may be, thinking that I'm shifting from north to south, but some of your friends may be having that trouble, shifting from chapati and chawal to directly to that medu vada. It's very tough. What do you say? Or to shifting to that dosa and idli every day. Okay, once in a while it's okay. How do
I
they?
should have mentioned this earlier, but I should tell you that there are options. You can sign every month. You have to register for the mess, and you can sign up for either of the messes, North Indian or South Indian, or a food court.
Oh,
So food court is
also
where
there.
yeah, or the food court where you can recharge your ID card, and there's a system for that. And then you can order anything you like. There's Chinese options, there's biryani, there's dosa, there's everything that you like. And
all the listeners should listen this properly. IIT मद्रास में जाकर आपको लुंगी नहीं पहननी है. दूसरी बात, आपको सिर्फ साउथ इंडियन नहीं खाना है, आपको चाइनीज ऑप्शन भी मिलेगा, आपको फूड कोर्ट भी मिलेगा. हो सकता है वहाँ पे मैक्सिकन, इटालियन और कॉन्टिनेंटल भी हो, राइट?
Not just that, there's a CCD on campus.
Oh my god.
And we have a couple of local restaurants who have their branches in the campus, and the rates are subsidized because it's a college campus and it's students who could go there. So that's also, I think, that's also a worry of
from so many shoulders who are listening to you right now. Okay, any particular advice which you would like to give? Because there are many students from 11th and 12th standard, and they definitely need some advice from you right now. How should they prepare for HSPE? What should be their complete foresight ahead? क्योंकि उनको आगे चल के क्या करना है? If they are completely aiming at IIT Madras HSS program or HSEE entrance exam, then what should they do right now?
So the first thing you need to do is go through the details of the curriculum on the website and make sure that this is what you want to do. For example, if you're really looking forward to a future in academia or research, so to say, then I think this is the best program for you, which offers so many different subjects only in one course. It's known for its multidisciplinary course nature, because we study everything. We study literature, economics, finance, philosophy, and you name it. If you're really interested in humanities, that's the one thing.
Fantastic.
You should,
Fantastic.
Yeah, and if you're talking about the exam and preparation for the exam, then as you know, there's two sections: the objective paper, and then there's the last 30 minutes are for the subjective paper, which is the essay writing part of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you should be really up to date with news and world affairs and current affairs around you, because I think that's what they really test you on. In my
current
year,
affairs become very important part, you're saying? Economics is also very important, right? In the exam?
I'm pretty sure the aspirants here who are willing to take this exam must have gone through the syllabus, and it's very clearly specified that the first part will have quantitative analysis, mathematics, and some part of general studies, which is history, economics, ecology, all of that. And then the second part is essay writing. So for the essay writing part, you really need to be updated with news so that you can form a very comprehensive.
I wish to tell you one thing, dear. Right now we are taking classes of written ability test as well. We have introduced modules of written ability test, interviews. So all these students are, being prepared from all the angles by the faculties. So now they have left everything on the faculties. They are not doing themselves any kind of research. There is a complete analysis team, there's complete content team which is working on, and they are taught by them. So we are doing just food feeding to them, and they are getting benefit of them. Okay, now if you can tell us few of your finest memories of your classes, because all the current lot of faculties, Karan sir, Arvind sir, Anuja ma'am, Asim sir have taught you already. So if you can please share few of the moments of that time.
I think I'd like to mention two things. The first is that it's very personal, as in any faculty you name. For example, Karan sir, he knows everyone by name, and I don't know how he does it or how he remembers us all, but he does. He knows our faces, he knows our names, and then he knows who's up to what and who's good at what and who's struggling with what subject. And I don't know how he does it. It's true for most of our faculties there.
That I didn't notice till date. Okay. Okay.
I think that's one part that's really striking, and that motivates you, because you know that your faculty are aware of what you're doing, and then if you don't perform, that you have that on you, that you should give them results or like do it sincerely. The second part is, I don't know, for some reason you never zone out in classes. If you're there for the lecture, you will pay attention any which way. I don't understand how it happens, but that's true. Like, talking about myself, I don't think I ever zoned out in lectures, as in people do. If the lecture is boring or anything, people tend to zone out and think.
Recommending SuperGrads, everyone. Okay. Because what he's saying is,
but that didn't happen to me.
Yeah. Please continue.
I think it's because of the way we are taught and the teaching style at SuperGrads, and the faculties make sure that students pay attention somehow. So those two things, yeah.
So I should be thanking you for this, Taneesha, because it is a big point to make on record that, you know, all the faculties, if they are taking the classes, then your attention does not divert even a second. Okay, now we are going to ask our last question. This is not the last question, but the last round, a kind of rapid fire round. Not exactly the rapid fire round, but I'm going to give you one word or one thing, and you have to rate your college on that particular thing out of 10, and you will also be giving reason for your ratings. Okay, so now let's start. My first thing is rate IIT Madras HSS program on infrastructure.
I'd say 10 on 10, because you really can't differentiate the department from the institute itself. So when you look at the infrastructure, you're talking about the institute and the infrastructure there. So as I mentioned, the sports infrastructure that we have an Olympic-sized pool, and then we have an
image of Student of the Year movie earlier, so I can understand that. Okay.
Apart from that, we have a central library, which is very, very tech savvy, I would say, because everything is digital there. So, and then there's classes and departments, and then so much to do. There's so much space to play around or just walk. It's a very beautiful campus. So for infrastructure, I would say it's 10 on 10.
Okay.
Faculty is also 10 on 10. There's people from everywhere. There's people from JNU, Oxford, MIT, and I don't know, you name it.
Okay. Very important third point, if somebody is going to college from school, he needs to have fantastic college life and college vibe. How much will you rank IIT Madras on that?
That's also 10 on 10, but that's given that you reach out to people, that you find people of your liking and your interest.
Okay, that is very important. And in fact, my next point is the same, because wherever you are, you should have the finest quality of people, because they impact you. And all the listeners or all the viewers should know that she's going to study over there for 5 years. So my next point is, how will you rate out of 10 quality of students over there? And if you can tell us who all are coming and from where all they are coming for studying in IIT Madras HSS department.
I would like to say 10 on 10, but I think I should be a little more realistic here. Let's make it 9 on 10, because there's people from everywhere. There's people in my class, a class of 44. There's people from Northeast, from Chennai, from Kerala, from Delhi, from Jaipur, from Maharashtra, everywhere, all across the country. So when it comes to talking about quality of students, I don't know how to judge it, but it all comes down to your interactions with them and how you find your people, so to say, like your circle of friends. So all of it is really dependent on you and how you try and understand people from different cultures and different backgrounds. So just for that reason, I would say it's 9 on 10.
Okay. And how much will you rate for placements?
Placements also 8.5 to 9, because if you're particularly talking about the department placements, because that happens on a much smaller scale than institute itself, because there's, I think, more than, I can't remember the number, but there's more than 15 engineering departments and 1 humanities department.
But there are only fewer students as well. That is quite logical as well, Taneesha, because you have 50 odd students over there in the class, and they have a huge number of students in their classes. So that's that weighs it completely. What do you say?
Yeah, that's true, and that is exactly why getting a placement offer in the institute placements is so very competitive and so very difficult. But if you get it, then it's 10 on 10.
That's great. That's great. Okay. What about higher education opportunities? However, it's an integrated program. I should not have asked it, but there may be few students who would like to study more after that. So you are already doing your post-graduation as well along with your graduation. But despite that, are students going for higher education after that as well?
Yeah, in fact, most of my classmates are aspiring to apply for higher educational programs, because people, after spending 5 years here, realize what their actual interest is, and they then look for specialized courses. For example, if somebody is really interested in economics, they can apply for a PhD or a separate master's in just economics or something related to that.
That's great.
So it is a trend that most of people do.
How much will you rate it?
Again, 10 on 10. There's
no
doubt.
Mark, that is being very biased, Okay.
There's no doubt of opportunity. This helps you really.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not the least, life at the campus.
Okay, 9 on 10, because it gets you take a while to adjust to the surroundings, and especially the monkeys. There's not a single day I don't see a monkey. So that's the problem. That's the problem.
Because of monkeys, you have deducted 1 mark. That is so strange. Okay, Taneesha, it was fantastic talking to you. I really enjoyed this half an hour with you. And I think definitely viewers may be knowing much more about Humanities and Social Sciences program after viewing this. Thanks for coming over here just on a one request. And definitely we'll be calling you once again, because you're going to be part of us in the future as well. Thank you, Taneesha.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.